Baklava masters start learning this rolling technique as young as 10 years old, stretching and folding dozens of times until the dough is paper thin.
Hatta arkasındakinin resmini görebilecek kadar net olduğunda kaliteli olduğunu anlıyorum.
But one mistake could ruin hours of non-stop work.
Hamuru bozup tamamen imalat dışı ettiğimiz defalarca olmuştur.
Here in Turkey, one of the oldest restaurants called Imam Cagdas is fighting to keep this craft alive, as factories are taking over production and commercializing the dessert. So we traveled to the southern province of Gaziantep to find out what makes this traditional baklava so renowned.
Oh yeah, it's very heavy.
And how this historic business is still standing. Every day for the last 50 years, Burhan Cagdas has been working in this kitchen. Here, baklava makers start their day as early as 4 a.m.
Bizim mutfaklarımızda sessizlik, dikkat ve ısı çok önemlidir. Çünkü baklava sıcak havayı sevmez.
The dough contains just water and wheat flour that's especially milled for baklava. Rolling it out until it's paper thin is crucial for getting the signature flaky layers.
O incelik, şeffaflık, pürüzlük, ipek gibi olmasından anlıyorum. Zaten elime aldığımda kağıttan çok daha ince.
Perfecting this craft demands years of repetition and patience.
Disiplin yoksa, motivasyon yoksa ve bununla beraber sanatkarlığı beraberinde koymadınızsa iyi baklava üretmeniz mümkün değil.
After several rounds of rolling and cutting, workers stack 40 layers of dough to make the fresh style baklava, spreading kaymak, a clotted cream made from sheep's milk. They also add clarified butter between the layers that's been slowly melted. For more than 70 years, Imam Cagdas has sourced its butter from the same place, a mountain range near the Syrian border.
Çünkü kalitenin devamlılığını başka şekilde sağlayabilmemiz mümkün değil. Onun için mis gibi bir kokusu var. Bak kokusu, mis gibi çiçek kokusu, dağdaki otların kokusu, koyun ve keçi.
The pistachios come from a local supplier the restaurant has worked with for 40 years. They're grown in orchards similar to these that are across Gaziantep. The ones used for baklava are harvested before they fully ripen to achieve the right flavor. That early harvest means less yield and a higher cost. The restaurant uses up to 500 kilos a week, and with prices as high as $60 per kilo, that's $30,000 in pistachios. Even with the hefty price tag, these nuts are a non-negotiable.
Yani biz baklavacılıkta biraz statükoya, gelenekselliğe dahil olanız. Biz geleneksel ustalarda asla fıstıklı ve cevizli ve kaymaklının dışında baklava çeşidi olmaz.
The restaurant was one of the first officially registered businesses in Gaziantep, and it hasn't moved from this neighborhood in all that time.
Bu binanın özel yapısı takriben 400 yıllık bir bina.
Burhan told us that historically, the upper level was used as a hotel where traders would stay during their travels along the Silk Road. The ground floor was home to jewelers making and selling their goods. And an underground area they called the cave housed the camels. Back then, the Ottomans ruled over Turkey and popularized baklava as we know it today. It even became a main feature of their Ramadan traditions. As the Ottoman Empire expanded across the Middle East in the 1500s, baklava came with it. It wasn't until 1887 that Imam Cagdas opened its doors in Gaziantep, initially selling only the classic kind of baklava. But turbulent times lay ahead. World War I brought down the Ottoman Empire in 1922, and Turkey struggled with change. But this restaurant held on and kept serving this dessert. Other countries in the region were also creating their own version of baklava. For example, the Greek one uses walnuts and a honey-based syrup and is often spiced with cinnamon and cloves. Iran infuses its variety with cardamom and rosewater, and Algeria adds orange blossom to its syrup. In Turkey, classic baklava traditionally has pistachios with a light sugar syrup, clarified butter, and no spices. Once the trays are ready, chefs slide them into wood-fired ovens for a unique smoky taste.
İyi döşenmesi, iyi yağın kullanılması, iyi fıstığın kullanılması ama bunlar kadar da önemli olan taş fırındır.
After about 35 minutes, workers check the pastry's color to determine if it's done.
Işıkta yanılabilirsiniz, gözünüz yanılabilir. Yani ışığın vurmasıyla iyi pişmiş diye görürsünüz ama pişmemiştir. Onun için doğal soft ışık tercihimizdir.
These wood-burning ovens became essential in an unexpected way after the 2023 earthquakes devastated the region, leaving tens of thousands dead and entire communities destroyed. Without the need for natural gas, the restaurant was able to prepare food and provide meals for the community.
Ama biz bunun bir dayanışma olduğunu, bir insanlığın gereği olduğunu, bizi var eden bu şehir olduğunu, bizi var eden bu şehre de borcumuz olduğunu.
Those meals included kebabs, another one of the restaurant's specialties. Gaziantep is known for its many types, and Burhan says the city's rich culinary scene has been shaped over generations of cross-cultural exchange.
Ama bütün milletlerde, bu toprakta yaşayan Ermeniler olsun, Rumlar olsun, Araplar olsun, Türkler olsun, hepsi bu toprağa, bu sofralara bir mamul kazandırmıştır. O da bugün Gaziantep'te o süzgeçten gelen, tarihin derinliğinden gelen lezzetler de burada devam etmektedir.
Food fuels its economy too, with roughly 60% of jobs tied to the industry. At Imam Cagdas, the most popular kebab dishes change with the seasons. In winter, the onion kebab is a favorite. The meat used in these dishes is almost always lamb, and certain cuts are only associated with Gaziantep, like kuşleme.
Sağ ve sol sırt da birleşim yerindedir. Yani şu parça şöyle şu kadarcık iki parça olur yani. Yani çok değerli ve çok nadir bulunan bir kebaptır yani küşleme. Yani günün yani 2 saat 3 saat var diyorsak diğer zamanda da yok çekiyoruz mecburen.
Simit kebab is another dish made from hand-minced lamb, mixed with pistachios. But the restaurant's most popular kebab is Ali nazik.
Öncelikle özellikle süzülmüş sarımsaklı yoğurdumuz şu anda kullanıma hazır durumda ve kızgın ateşte pişmiş patlıcan sörmemiz hazır durumda. Şimdi bunları birleştirip naziği yapacağız.
So this is the famous dish, Ali nazik, and it's, in my case, cubes of chicken, but it usually comes with meat. Oh, let's try it out. The first flavor that actually hits me is ghee. It's rich in ghee. Delicious though. It's kind of ironic that I'm at this restaurant that has these amazing red meat dishes, but I actually don't eat red meat.
Meanwhile, back in the baking area, the baklava trays are removed from the oven and placed on stoves, where they are kept at 200 degrees and continuously rotated to ensure even baking and a uniform golden color. Then, workers pour clarified butter and a light syrup over the pastry. At this stage, the baklava and the syrup must be at the correct temperature to achieve the best texture. So this process is performed only by experienced baklava masters.
Önce çıraklık yapması lazım, sonra kalfalık yapması lazım, sonra ustalık yapması lazım. Bunun da her biri en az 2'şer yıl olması lazım.
But some fear the art of baklava making is under threat with machines churning out the dessert on a much larger scale. So even though there are over 100 baklava shops in Gaziantep, only a handful are making it in this traditional way. At Imam Cagdas, 40% of the baklava is served in the restaurant, and the rest is sold outside the city and abroad. In the busy season, the restaurant can sell up to 1,700 pounds of baklava in a single day. Burhan says that once they had 3 kinds: pistachio, walnut, and clotted cream. But now they serve 18 varieties.
So you have so many different kinds of baklavas. Which one is your favorite?
Klasik baklava, klasik baklava.
And the type of baklava determines when it should be consumed.
Is it best when it's fresh or after a few days?
Kuru baklavayı çok uzun zamanda tüketebilirsiniz ama yaş baklavayı 3 gün, 1 hafta içerisinde tüketilmesi.
With over 200,000 Instagram followers, features from viral food influencers,
This is one of the best Turkish baklavas that has been made since the 18th.
and global coverage, Imam Cagdas has become a destination, drawing visitors from around the world to Gaziantep for its famous baklavas.
This is so good.
On its busiest day, the restaurant can serve up to 1,000 people. Of course, I couldn't leave without trying some baklava myself.
Güzel bir baklavayı yemek için bir kere muhakkak elinizde yemeniz. Çünkü tüm duyu organlarınızın hissetmesi lazım. Isırdığınızda hış sesinin kulağınıza gelmesi lazım. Sesi.
I could really hear that crunch.
Ağzınızda yağın, fıstığın, hamurun ve kaymağın tadını hissetmeniz lazım.
These recipes have lasted for 5 generations, starting with Burhan's great-grandfather, Haji Hussein Effendi. Then came Imam Cagdas, whose name the business bears. His son Talat inherited it next. Now Burhan runs the family business, and he hopes his 2 sons will one day take over.
Bundan sonra oğlum var, Talat ve Burhan. Onlar da burada inşallah bu mesleği nice yüzyıllar devam ettirirler.
Even though the family has mastered this craft, they have no plans of expanding beyond this restaurant in Gaziantep.
Benim dedemin bize bir lafı var. Çok yapıp çok satmak mı, iyi yapıp iyi satmak mı? Biz iyi yapıp iyi satmayı düşünüyoruz. Onun için bizim şubeleşme şeyimiz yok. Biz bu müessesenin yüzyıllar boyunca aynı kalitede, aynı devamlılıkta devam etmesini diliyorum.
After a whole day of seeing food being made, it feels really good to eat right now.